Thanks for joining me in my shop today. Today I've got a interesting cigar tasting for you. This is the Camacho Corojo Robusto. They come in these nice tubes. And this cigar came in just yesterday for me. And unfortunately, you can see right here, it got dropped and it got cracked. So rather than let what could be, still a good cigar go to waste, I've decided to do a cigar review on it, knowing that those cracks are there is going to be different, let's say. But I mean, I should still be able to get the all the flavor profiles and all this stuff. So. There's lots of earthiness. There's lots of leatheriness on this on the smell here. Yeah, there's some deep spices in there too. This is a interesting smell. Interesting. I've been told by one of my customers who comes in, who's had this before, that this is a very bold, very heavy cigar. If you haven't smoked a lot of Camachos here in the past couple years, they've kind of remade themselves with these bright wrappers. They've got a red, a blue, a yellow, and a couple other colors. And they're definitely kind of remaking themselves to be more bold, to stand out more in the market. But I mean, Camacho has been around since a long time. So I am going to cut this and do a cold draw. Wow, that leatheriness and that spice gets you right away on the tongue. That spice really comes through nice and sharp. It's very, very prevalent. Yeah, this is, man, those spices are getting me already, and they're kind of getting me right there in the back of the throat as well. So yeah, just spice overall. This is a Corojo wrapper, so those leaves are going to be expected to be more spicy. So I'm going to light this up. There's a really nice wood tone that happens right away in your mouth. Those spices haven't really increased with the first light. They're still definitely there on the lips. They're definitely there in the back of the throat. But I would say they haven't magnified at all. There's lots of chewy wood tones that come through. I'm really excited to see where this one's going to go. I'm going to totally discount any type of burn consistency that's happening here because of what we just discussed. As far as construction, the cigar is made in that Cuban rolled style where there's got those small dips and valleys in it, so not a perfectly smooth roll. So I'm going to get into the first third and be right back. Oh, sorry, I was getting carried away playing the can. So I am through the first third of this Camacho Corojo, and man, this thing is bold and spicy. You can see how well the ash is hanging on there. Very impressed for that wrapper being kind of torn up there at the front side. The smoke production has been excellent. I haven't had to baby this thing at all. It's just been a great smoke so far. Very spicy, just spice all over the lips, spice in the throat, spice in the smells. I mean, this thing is almost reminiscent of like a real heavy like Rosado wrapper like you see like on the Arturo Fuente Kings. Just full of spice, just everywhere. I would almost say this would be a cigar almost too much to smoke on its own. Like it would do better paired with something, either like a Scotch whiskey, like a bourbon, maybe, or a Highland Scotch, something with a little bit of sweetness in it to help balance out that real spiciness. But I mean, you can see that ash is nice and long, well over an inch right there. I'm actually going to tap this before it goes all over my lap or all over my piano here. Just an excellent burn so far. Really excited to see if this is going to get any changes at all. like I said, just very bold. The flavors just come out and go pow right in the mouth. This is definitely a cigar that I would not suggest to a first-time smoker, just because how dark and heavy it is. This will definitely put people off if they were going to try to smoke this one for the first or second or even third time. So happy with this so far. I'm going to get into the second and third and be right back. So I'm through the second third of this here Camacho. The biggest thing that's happened right now is the spice has really just burned off. Not completely. It's very much still there. It's very much residual as well from being on your lips and in the throat. So it's still very much prevalent. But as far as being actually in the cigar, it's not coming through nearly as strong. What is coming through nice and strong right now is lots and lots of wood. Which has really helped out for being real bold through the first and into the second third. I felt like if it was going to stay bold and spicy like that, like it was just going to be too much. It's like, ugh, I can only smoke like half this cigar and then like I'm just done. But those wood tones really coming through have helped this a whole lot. You can see the ash is still just hanging on ridiculously well. And I've been here playing with the cigar in my hand, doing the chords here, and it's stayed on there with me going up and down on it. So that's nice. Smoke production is excellent. The flavor comes all over your tongue. This is a very flavorful cigar. Whether you prefer the flavors or not, it's definitely a cigar that will be nice and flavorful and doesn't leave any room for you going, it's just kind of bland, or it's just one note cigar. I'm really loving the wood tones. It's a nice dark chewy wood. Real easily approachable at this point, giving a nice balance and contrast with the spices, like I said. So I'm going to get here in the last third, see if I get any changes, and be back in 1 sec. So I am just about done with this Camacho Corojo right there. And this is just a recap of that tube that it comes in. A nice tube. This is make a really nice gift. And I do have them in the Connecticut and the Criollo as well in the tubes, the Robustos. I forgot to say earlier on, this burn, aside from there that start, and there's a little bit of a dipping we have right here, this burn all through the second third especially was just razor straight. Very well made cigar. These sat in my humidor for 1 day, and I always appreciate what you've heard me say in the past is my distributor, as soon as I get my cigars in, they are ready to smoke, and that I always appreciate. Again, that ash is hanging on great. I can hold it right here. It is getting pretty hot. Of course, I mean, gosh, there's less than an inch towards the end, and this is a cigar that you would definitely want to pull out your cigar pin for. I did go ahead and take a few sips of my Texas tea, just to kind of help balance out that spiciness that was in my mouth, so I could get a better taste profile. This is definitely graduated more into that wood. The spice is still there. The spice is definitely still there. So I would say not an overly complex cigar, but let's see. We've got lots of peppery spices, lots of wood, a really nice leather backbone that has been happening all throughout this cigar. An excellent burn, excellent smoke production. Doesn't have to be babied. I would say this is definitely a good cigar. So very happy with it. Like I said, I would definitely recommend this to somebody who likes more bold and spicy cigars. I wish I had a pin to put in this, but it's getting pretty hot to hold right here, so I'm going to take a few more puffs. Don't forget to check us out on the Facebooks and check out our other cigar reviews. And as always, thank you for watching.